Hey everybody, it's Charlie from Daily Motor. We are out here live the next hour with this brand new 2021 Infiniti QX80. We got Alyssa behind the camera. We're going to be switching on and off, kind of going around this big beast of a car and answering your chat. So hit us up in the chat, anything you'd like to know or see, or anything we've been doing lately with all the different cars. Just got back from a trip driving a bunch of new Hyundai products, so I'm happy to answer any questions about those. Although I can't share any driving impressions information, but that'll be coming on Monday, so look out for that. While we're out here on this beautifully gray, chilly Michigan fall day, all the leaves have disappeared and we're down to brown and gray for the next, hopefully not too long. Hopefully we get some white speckled in there and we can have a winter wonderland. Nice white Christmas. So, star of the hour, the QX80. Now this truck has been around for a long time. A lot of you really like it. A lot of you think it's neat. You can come around this way so we can kind of see some of the front. It's one of the most intimidating cars on the market, I think, in terms of just the looks. Don't you think, Alyssa? It's just like, it's got like this image.
Yeah. Big, tough, angry looking face.
Yep.
Yep.
Even from the very first generation, it kind of had like a robotic look to it.
I can see that.
This one, they've kind of made it a little bit prettier, a little bit more of the flowing lines around. But it still has a presence. It's still a big, beefy chonker of a grille.
Right.
Big badge. I kind of like this, how would you describe this? Like a brown metallic look? It's like
yeah,
a brown
I don't know.
chrome almost.
Yeah.
Great, yeah.
Like a gunmetal.
Gunmetal-ish, yeah. That sort of deal.
It really comes out, and it's not quite gray, it's not quite black.
Mm-hmm.
Comes out against all the black grille here, and then the silver hood there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got these new LED light accents with some nice bright HIDs. Still rocking the 5.6 liter V8, so it's plenty burly and powerful. But Alyssa, last night you described the ride as almost, it felt like we were riding on like a big tough bubble.
Yeah.
And I think that was a good way to describe it, because this is a body-on-frame SUV. It's practically a truck, kind of based on the Nissan Patrol. That's very popular in a lot of other countries.
Mm.
And it kind of bounces around. It's not the smoothest, most luxurious ride, especially on these giant wheels. What are these, 22s? Let's see. RHT. It's slower. Where's the size? Right there. 22s. Yep.
Wow.
275 50 R22. So it's still some sidewall, but I mean, we're dealing with so much rubber. Looks like someone ran into.
Oh no. He's coming off already, huh?
Yeah. So Infiniti's been in kind of a weird spot over the last few years. They had some really awesome content, or I should say products, back in the 2000s. I actually owned a 2006 Infiniti M35. I thought it was an awesome car, one of the best cars I had. And they were kind of they're almost sort of like the Korean brands are now. A good budget, a great performance vehicle for the price, kind of unique in their market segment. They looked good, they offered good engines and powertrains and everything. They were fun. And now they've just kind of gotten a little bit limp, a little bit soft, and a little bit lost. They're still not quite up to the full luxury standards of Mercedes, BMW, Lexus, Audi, those sort of brands. But they also still try to charge some premiums of those brands. So it's nice, but it's certainly not that nice. Quick look at the key. You can see it's just a Nissan key, just with a little Infiniti badge.
Wow.
This is the exact same key as I had on my 2006 Infiniti. They have not changed, which is kind of nice because I mean it works, it's functional.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of interesting that like you don't get any sort of special key, the Infiniti.
Well, but it ain't broke.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, some people would say that. Very slow trunk compared to some of the other ones.
Right.
Also very high up, and not only is it high, but you have this big rear chin section. And if someone like you were driving this, Alyssa, at 5'1", imagine trying to load like some big groceries in here, or whatever, just to get to here. You have to lean really far over, or else you're bumping up against this.
A bag of dog food or cat food or something, or salt for your like water softener kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
I can see that being really difficult. Yeah. And also it slopes up.
Yeah, you're right, it does.
It does. Like if I'll squat.
Right, that is not a flat load floor by any means.
It's not flat at all, and it's not really, from what I can tell, coming through in the camera, but it starts to slope up even back here, and this of course is like the third row seat right there. So that's kind of, you know, not all third row seats are completely flat, and we've talked about it when we've had some other cars that have that third row seat where you are amazed that that's actually laying flat. It was that last SUV that we had, actually.
Yep.
So, I mean, that's not terrible. It's almost something that you expect, that it's not completely flat. But I feel like even back here where this is technically trunk space, this is itself not completely flat.
Yeah. Yeah, very, very interesting design choices in there.
Right.
Ron, good to have you on. Yeah, they're still using HIDs up front.
Huh.
And we had Wyron as well on the stream. He said hi.
Yes. Hello. Welcome.
Underneath here, what do we have? A little storage compartment, and then some tools because
is that a jack?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep, jack for the spare tire to be up underneath the car in truck style.
Do cars usually come with jacks, or am I just okay?
Yep, we just don't usually see them. They're usually tucked away a little bit more.
Okay.
So let's bring up. Oh, do you have to hold it? Really? You have to hold the seat, and it takes about 5 years. Jeez. See, this is what Infiniti's trying to get away with being luxurious these days. Rich people don't have time for this.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Right. Look how far it reclines, though. My goodness. What?
That's actually kind of awesome. I would love it. I would seriously love it. Yeah. Getting shoved in the third row, and then you're on like a family vacation drive or whatever, and
right.
Yeah, you want to fall asleep and you totally can't because you're sitting upright. That's actually kind of nice.
Let's go see if it's comfortable from back here.
All right.
I can't say anything about the Harman Kardon in the 340 being the same as the 118i. We actually don't have the 118i here in the States. So
whoa!
That's
can you
I can't help with.
Can you do that again? That was awesome. Okay, normal.
3, 2, 1.
I actually really like that.
That's kind of neat.
I like that a lot.
Oh man! Oh. Okay. All right. What does this button do? Oh, that's my recline.
Oh, that's
okay.
Awesome.
So, headroom. I've got some, but my legs. Look how far my knees are up toward me.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna put this down, and then we'll bring it up, and you can get in the seat here. And
okay.
And then I guess hand me the camera.
Okay.
So you can see my knees are actually fine in terms of depth. They're just very upright, and I'm just not very comfortable. There's a weird hump back here. 2 humps. There's one there and then one lower down. It's like no place for my feet.
Huh.
Here, you want to come back here, Liz?
Sure.
You'll have to wait a good long time.
While we're waiting, what do you guys think of Charlie's clean-shaven face?
Yes, for those who have tuned in before, I did a little late No Shave November start here.
Actually,
nice
there you go.
Nice and baby butt smooth.
Yep. Yep, he did it last night and shaved his face in 3 different phases and came out and showed me each one, and it quickly got very hillbilly-y. But now this is the final result.
So you want to flip this seat up and come on back?
Yep.
Also, as always, let us know if there are any issues with live stream quality or anything like that. We're always looking to improve stuff.
Oh my god, that hurts so bad.
What'd you hit?
I hit my kneecap right on that.
Oh.
On that. Oh boy, that hurts.
Oh no.
That whole leg has gone weak now. Okay, alright, let's try this again.
Unfortunately, we don't have workman's comp here at Daily Motor, so you're on your own for that. You need some Aflac or
Oh
something.
my gosh. Ow. Okay. Beware of that when you buy this car.
You can just pull it. Yep, pull it right up.
Yeah, that's annoying.
Yeah.
I've got heels on, so it's gonna, you know, it's not always gonna be like that. But yeah, the 2 humps right there, it makes my leg go up so much higher.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at my legs. this one is resting on the lower hump, and it's so much harder than the other one.
Yeah.
So
it's the same over here on this side too. It's I guess it's just a place to throw the kids.
Yeah.
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 Not a whole ton of trunk space behind you with the third row up, but you could put a few bags back there if need be. Ooh. I wonder if I can close here. I'll let you take this.
Okay.
I wonder if I can close the power lift gate with the key from in here.
That'd be cool.
Hold. That's nice.
It worked. Yeah. I mean, ideally it would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you never know. Man, it's slow. I feel like they're using mid-2000s technology in here. You do have some air vents. That's nice. There's though.
A lot of
especially
them,
not only in the third row, but also in the second. So if you had a car seat faced anywhere in here, you could blow some air on your kids and keep them cool.
Yep.
And some handles. That's nice. In fact, grab handles on every seat. So thank goodness for that. Every outboard seat. And some cup holders. So I mean, it's not the worst place to be. It's just a little strange. I guess I'm being maybe a little too critical. Oh, the headrest is really easy to put up too. So in fact, I would probably recline about right there.
That looks quite comfortable.
Yeah, I mean, it's still the fact my knees or my feet are so high up.
Right.
So third row, you're getting about a 5.5.
Okay.
Yeah. Is there anything up there? Nope. You really got to be careful that nothing's in the seat before you launch it.
Let's see how easy it is to get out from back here.
Not the worst, not the best.
Right.
You want to come out this way?
I'm going to actually try it on my own.
Okay.
All right. I just like flipping the seat up. Boop.
I know, I just kind of...
And then it bounces a little bit. All right, let's see. This part I actually feel like I should talk about. This is really weird. So you can see this little slope right here, which is actually quite steep. I don't know where to put my feet. Obviously I can stand like this. Hopefully I don't fall. And then right there. And then I feel like I'm like totally just coming out of a cave almost. It's super weird. A lot of different levels here. And then that one right there. Like, this is quite steep. And for a little kid trying to come out of here and onto, I mean, that's kind of a big jump.
Yeah.
So it's interesting, but I'm fine.
Yeah.
It's not undoable.
And fold the seat down and come on into the second row?
Sure.
Oh man, we left those up.
Oh. I could do that.
Yeah, you want to grab them?
Yep.
Something that's not powered is those rear headrests, and they do take up a ton of...
Okay, actually, do I need to pull this all the way up and redo it?
I don't know.
Pulling it, and it's not going.
Interesting. So you do have to go up and start from the top, I guess. Whee!
They just really like that.
Yeah. They're just sitting there at Infiniti HQ, just doing it over and over again. There we are.
Okay, let's try this again.
Take a look at some of this nice fake wood grain. Who knows, it could be real, but it feels and looks doubtful. Very solid, chunky thunks. I mean, overall, the quality feels pretty decent. It just doesn't feel as premium as some of those big-time German brands.
What I'm seeing right now, before I even get in, are feet vents. There. That are aimed right at your feet, which I think is nice.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. You got dual air vents up top, so it's actually 4 back here up there, so that's cool. Oh, you know what? I figured it out.
Oh,
and there goes your phone. I was wondering why, and we'll get to this more in the front, but when I had this open like so, it just seemed really thick, and it seemed like there was like a second layer of some sort. And I just found it right here. You can flip it up from the back. That's actually kind of nifty, I suppose. Because if you were someone who was, a backseat passenger, if you had like, the nice person in the back who wanted more, wanted to get in here or whatever, they could do that. So that's kind of nifty, I guess.
Snacks in there. Or...
Right.
I don't know why I always gravitate towards kids things.
Got USB port over there, USB-A port over here, rear climate control, so that's nice. I don't know, that looks like it should be something, but it doesn't actually seem like it is. It might be
in a higher trim.
Yeah, that's possible. This is a mid-level, like, premium select trim. Also, Infiniti has real stupid trim names. The base is called Luxe, L-U-X-E. Middle is Premium Select. And top... Oh, it's another silly name. I can't remember now because it's so weird. It's something that starts with an S, I'm pretty sure.
Supreme.
Not far off. It's not Supreme, but it's something kind of silly like that. Maybe Moran will let us know in the comments or something.
Moran, will you look it up for us? We don't remember.
Right.
There is a
12 volt down there?
12 volt down here.
Yep. So that's good.
And then, is that something else or is that another fake one? That looks like a fake one.
Yeah, maybe there's like a 110 outlet that could go there, like a wall outlet.
Yeah.
Yep. And this is you got captain seats back here, so in the middle, you've got 2 cup holders.
And this actually folds down, so if you have a larger cup.
Your big gulps.
I like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then in here, got a big old center console.
Look at that. My elbow's like right here, and my hand is flat.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty decent.
Yeah.
Decent size.
Oh. And it's broken.
No, you just have to press it. Oh, it probably wants you to pull back on the lever again when you put it in and then release.
That's silly.
Don't roll your eyes at that.
I'm rolling my eyes at this whole car. These handles are nice though.
They
Very
are
sturdy
kinda neat,
feeling.
yeah.
Kind of thin.
Yeah.
Alright, I think that's about it from the second row. Can't find anything else. The seats are pretty comfortable. Although, is there no recline?
I don't think that there is.
That's kind of lame.
Oh, wait. I found it.
Where is it? Oh, it's way back there. Yeah.
The lumbar is really,
Like it's sticking out, protruding.
it's really stiff back here. Yeah.
Yeah.
I find that to be really comfortable because I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Other people might not, but it is very firm.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, Andre, he's back.
Nice.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
Cool.
Okay.
Did you read Wei
Yes,
Rins?
I did.
Okay.
Yep, I wasn't able to answer that one.
Oh, I see.
Yep. Okay, to the front.
Okay.
So for any of you just joining us, we're looking around the QX80 2021 model. Not too much has changed. And we are going to head out on the road here shortly. We do have this, I believe this interior color is called Truffle. I'll have to double check.
I love this color. This is so soft, and it's like the color itself is a soft, calming, soothing color. It's not harsh like black.
Right.
It's not striking like a lighter tan or a white would be.
No, I do think it is classy.
It's very calming.
Yep.
It's very classy. It matches the wood grain in here. It goes well with the black that you do have with the white stitching. I really do like that.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. And the design is pretty handsome. It kind of arcs around in both ways, on both sides here. There's tons of headroom when you're in the front.
Let me show them.
Yeah, very, very much space.
Very much space.
Yes. I'm actually going to start it up, get some heat rolling. Have the welcome seat that scoots you forward, brings the wheel back down.
Yep.
Heated steering wheel, but this one coming in at 80 grand doesn't have any cooled seats, which I think is sort of absurd considering, again, my 2006 Infiniti had heated and cooled seats. So if you're talking about being a luxury car here in 2021, you kind of have to have cooled seats. That's sort of ridiculous in my eyes. Let's take a look at more of the window sticker here. Keeping up on your comments. It does remind me of a Nissan Pathfinder. You're right. That's because in a lot of ways it really is. I mean, technically it's more of a Nissan Armada or a Patrol, but yeah, it has a lot of that same stuff in it.
Rev it up.
Big old 5.6 liter, 400 horse, 413 pound-feet of torque. It sounds pretty decent. Here, we'll open the window a little bit. It's pretty muffled, but you can still hear it. Awful gas mileage, 15 miles per gallon combined.
Wow.
So this is going to be a pricey live drive for us. So be sure to hit that donate button. Lux 4-wheel drive, Premium Select Sensory. That's the name of the top trim.
Why? That doesn't make any sense to me.
It doesn't make
Sensory.
any sense. Thanks, Moran. Yeah, and then they have separate trims for the 4-wheel drive models, which, I mean, whatever.
Yeah,
But,
Moran's becoming kind of like our
he's like our tech
guy.
info
Yeah.
guru,
Yep.
like, back in the studio. It's pretty convenient.
Thank you, man.
Ron, if you need a job, even though you probably make like a ton more money than we do, hit us up and we'll put you on tech duty and you can just man the live streams for us. But yeah, this is a premium select, so we're in the middle trim. So even in the second trim level, you're not getting air cooled seats. $79,490 for this one we're sitting in. Starts at $77, but they threw in the truffle brown leather appointed seats. And actually it says that was included.
Oh.
The Infiniti Radiant illuminated kick plates. So if Alissa opens her door, right down there it says Infiniti. And those
right
light
here,
up.
you guys can't see it. There. Yeah, those light up. How much is that?
That's $485.
Okay.
Yep. And then roof rails, $410. The cargo package, which gets you a net, first aid kit, and a mat, that's $295. And then radiant exterior welcome lighting is another $455. You have the 13 speaker Bose audio system in this car, not the full 17 speaker. And I see someone is mentioning they got awesome sound system, but this one is not that great. I'm going to do a sound system test on it later today. That'll be live next week. It's it's just kind of typical Bose. Like, Bose systems are almost always between a 6 out of 10 and an 8 out of 10. This one's coming right in around the 7 range probably, although when you consider the fact it's $80,000, and like if you were to buy the Lexus LX instead of this, you could get the Mark Levinson, which is one of the best systems on the market. So if you care about audio quality and you want a car in this class, you got to go Lexus or Mercedes. I mean, this Bose is actually kind of a letdown for this class. What else? You got Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Do you have a Wi-Fi hotspot? Yeah, I think that's about all the goodies. Okay, guys. And here you got this big old center well with another blank spot that looks like it could have been some sort of PowerPoint or switch or something, but we don't have it.
Right there. Yep.
Maybe in the sensory model.
That doesn't make any sense. It's
More
almost like you're being
holders.
censored from having cool things, but it's a top trim. I just don't understand it.
Moran Samandi's dad has the 2019 model of this one, and he's trying to convince him to sell it and buy his GLS 63. Moran, why do you want to sell your GLS? Oh, wait a minute. You have a 2019 GLS 63, and you're going to sell that because you're getting a 2021. Am I correct in that? Because I think I remember Moran saying he's getting the new GLS 63, which is pretty badass. I kind of like this whole little shifter layout deal. So it's in 4-wheel drive auto typically, but you can switch it to 4 high or 4 low. Then you have a snow mode over here, and then a tow mode over here, and then traction control here. I just think it's a cool symmetrical, like chunky little way to do it there.
That's interesting.
Yep.
Oh, I actually don't want to do that. Huh.
Yep.
Okay, so this wheel actually only works up here.
Yes.
And then you've
These
got
ones you
buttons.
click.
Okay.
Yep. Yep, Moran said, yeah, he's selling. That's pretty sweet. I wonder how much depreciation he's incurred on the GLS 63.
Oh no.
Would you give your dad a deal? Would you give him the old family discount? So the Infinitis are always interesting that they have this 2-screen setup on this new one. So you got the map up here, which you can either it's a touch screen, but it's very laggy. So you can do it that way, or you can use this rotary knob. Control that up there.
Move your hand a little bit. There you go. That
See,
one.
we have this very helpful view of the entire Earth. It really helps us for figuring out where we are. And then it's got a few more buttons on there, and then you can also press the camera button and get our 360-degree camera up there. So that's nice. Shows you which way your wheels are facing.
That's nice. I do like that.
Yep. I'd be pretty appalled if they didn't have a 360 camera on this giant thing.
Mm-hmm.
And you can scroll through different angles. So you got your curb view, you got your full frontal, and then back to map. And then this screen down here is also touchscreen, which with better resolution, and that's kind of more for your radio, your climate, your Infiniti apps and stuff. It's not the easiest to use touchscreen system, and it hasn't been for the last 5 years or so. It's just not super intuitive. Once you get used to it, it's not too bad. It's just, I don't know, there are better out there. Yeah, kind of surprised there's no panoramic sunroof, especially considering you've got that giant roof of nothingness, no vents, no DVD player or anything like that. You'd really think in this class and in 2021 they'd put a panoramic
Maybe
sunroof.
they're hitting their weight limit.
No, it's
No?
just laziness.
Aw.
Infiniti's they've just really been poorly run lately. It's kind of sad because I really liked Infiniti for a while there. And I think a lot of people feel that way. All right, let's get on the road.
Okay.
Seats are comfortable at least.
They are.
And they did put a USB Type-C port in here, so that's kind of
Right
21st
down there,
century.
you guys can see that it all is right in there.
Doors there. Comments there. Big ol' Infiniti shifter. Feels good in the hands. Pretty solid. One thing that Infiniti does always do, which I appreciate, is power adjustable steering column. I had that in my 2006.
I think I'm gonna have to take my coat off. You've got it really warm in here.
I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Viewers, are you okay with Alyssa taking her jacket
You
off?
gotta hold the camera so I can take my coat off.
Okay. Do a little POV of the car. Ooh, looks like some dark clouds out there. Maybe we'll get some rain. Which would actually be a bit unfortunate because I have a lot of filming to do today. I guess I can do it over the weekend. So yeah, I just got back from driving the new Hyundai Elantra lineup, as well as the Sonata N line. So that was out in Southern California. It's a beautiful time out there. And then Alissa and I are actually heading down next week to drive some new Fiat Chrysler products. We're going to drive the new Durango Hellcat and the other SRT Durangos, including the RT Tow and Go package. We're driving the new Charger Hellcat Red Eye and the Pacifica all-wheel drive, which I'm probably most excited about the Pacifica out of all those because I love me my minivans, especially my Chrysler minivans. Oof, love this heated steering wheel. Feel this. Feel how warm it is.
Ooh.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah, that is quite nice.
Driving this it's kind of badass. It's also kind of cumbersome. It's just like the Navigator was big, but it managed to like not feel awfully big while you're driving it, and they made it manageable. This kind of just is large, and they kind of just helped it feel large. It does feel. Alyssa talks sometimes about cars feeling tanky. This feels like a tank.
Is the steering quite loose?
It is pretty light, yeah,
Okay.
which doesn't help, I'd say. It kind of makes it feel a little like,
Whoa, okay.
yeah. So yeah, it's not an inspiring drive. It feels just kind of like, yeah, you got to survive, and the throttle is a little jumpy, it's a little sensitive.
I don't like that manufacturers are making cars like that.
Well, some of them are, some of them aren't.
Yeah.
You can hear it beeping at me because it's going over the line there, which is probably pretty easy to turn off.
Maybe the button's on your steering wheel.
Excuse me?
Is that button on your steering wheel to turn that off?
I don't believe so. Oh, actually, this button would bring up some... No, I think that's cruise control.
Moran says if he doesn't sell the QX80, I'll give it as a gift because it doesn't have a warranty.
Wow. His warranty must have just come up then. Yeah, you don't really want to own AMG products without a warranty.
Yeah. Give it as a gift.
That's funny. Okay. Driving around, yeah, it's just not the most refined ride. Even these small bumps in the road, we're feeling them. And we drive these roads all the time,
Yeah,
so
we do. Yeah.
I mean that's the advantage to doing the same route over and over again is you can get in it and just right away kind of be able to tell how a car feels and reacts, and this doesn't feel like a luxury car.
That's quite unfortunate.
I guess.
I think so.
Yeah. Just try not to roll it. The motor is stout though. It gets up and pulls 400 horse. It's definitely adequate for this car.
Right. Pridekins 14 says he loves the heated seats and the factory navigation system in the Pathfinder. So.
Well, arguably, I mean, a lot of the things that I would complain about in this car are more passable in the Nissan because it's much cheaper. I mean, you're not paying 80 grand for a Pathfinder.
Right.
But the fact that this is competing against cars that just do these things a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
It's just kind of sad.
Mm-hmm. And Moran wants to know if the 2021 models pass the transmission test.
The transmission test? Well, the one thing it doesn't do, it doesn't have a kickdown pedal, or kickdown button. And for those of you who don't know what that is, a lot of cars, at the very end of the gas pedal, there's a little click. And if you push through that and click it down, it'll drop the transmission into the lowest gear to get the most power out of it. And this car doesn't do that. So, like, a lot of times if I floor it, it only goes to about 2,500, 3,000 RPM and starts pulling from there. I'll give a final answer near the end. I haven't really had much seat time in it yet, so I don't know if the transmission's done anything really wonky. But it's in the middle. It's undecided at this point for me. Turning radius. That's actually pretty decent.
That's
for the
really
size of the
tight.
car.
Yeah.
I like the feel of the steering wheel. It's nice and thin, but yet still sturdy feeling. I'd like to have. I wonder if they still make the Infiniti M, or will it be the Q70 at this point? I think they do, which is like the new version of my car back in 2006.
Okay.
And that has the same engine in it. That'd be kind of cool in
Wow.
sedan form.
Wow, yeah, that would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Go around again, see if we can get a little wheel squealage. Tire squealage, I should say.
Woo!
Traction control, or I should say stability control, kicks in very early, keeping this thing from rolling around.
Thank God.
The gauges they're kind of nice. They look crisp and clean, professional. But the little center infotainment display is quite dated. I mean, it really just shows you basic information. And I haven't been able to find a digital speed readout, which is really disappointing to me. I think in 2021 for a car like this not to have a digital speed gauge is pretty unacceptable. So that's kind of a bummer.
Probably gonna do some more tire squealage down this, aren't we?
Well, we'll see.
It just really curves.
That's about all we're able to do.
Gotta look from that guy in that Chevy.
I bet. He's like, please don't kill me today.
What I meant to say is that you could really feel the car tilting.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there's a ton of body roll.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't like that.
Oh, man, we got comments galore going
Yeah, we
on.
do. Yeah.
Cool. Hitting us up.
Yeah.
If any of you are just tuning in, we're driving this QX80 around. We'll probably stop again in 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes or so, and take another look around the outside. If you guys like what you see, feel free to hit that super chat. Help us out a little bit. You can donate through the super chats or super stickers. You can also hit us up in the Cash App at Daily Motor Cash App. If you don't have Cash App, feel free to sign up with our link down in the description, and that'll give us some money. That'll give you some money to use on Cash App to donate back to us. It's kind of like the adult version of Venmo, so it's a nice, easy to use app, and yeah, just helps us pay for the premium fuel that this thing is gargling. Also,
every time you floor it as well.
Also, I'm curious for some of you guys, some of you all who watch regularly, do you find the highway fuel economy tests videos useful for money to do a fuel economy test of this car? Plus, who cares? You know, I'm curious if someone buying this car, you know, they're spending money on a luxury vehicle. Is it actually helpful for them to know what sort of real world fuel economy it gets? And I mean, if it is, if that's something that you guys find useful and interesting, great. I'd love to know. But if not, then also let me know, and I'll just do it for the more kind of fuel economy oriented sort of vehicles, or more commonplace cars.
Cool. Tim Robinson says, "Oh, Infiniti, the official it's a lease company."
I know, it's sad but true. Well, the other God, that thing is annoying. Stop. like my Infiniti that I had a few years ago, it had 230,000 miles on it, and it was still great. It felt really good inside. Like the materials were still in good shape. It held up nicely. And I actually bought it over an Audi A6, even though I thought the A6 was beautiful. I loved the car. I had a deposit on one. I took the deposit off and got the Infiniti instead, just because of ownership costs and reliability. And the Infiniti was great. And now it's sad that, people will probably just lease them for cheap and get something else.
Yeah. So, is it
it's also, I agree, it's old. And the Lexus LX is pretty dated as well, but you almost kind of expect that from Lexus because they're typically behind the curve as it is, whereas Infiniti was ahead of the curve for a while. Now they're slipping. We also have an Infiniti Q50 Red Sport scheduled about a month from now. And it's funny because I scheduled that Q50 the same week we've got the new Acura TLX. So you've got like a brand new, new for 2021 or 2020 maybe, semi-luxury sedan, and then like the oldest, the Q50. So it'll be cool to have them together and sort of compare. We're up here at highway speed. I'll actually close the sunroof and see what noise is like.
that guy?
Yeah.
He needs a new muffler.
It's
not bad. It's very quiet, I think.
It's not bad, but it's also not as quiet as something like Lexus be. Yeah, again, it's fine for a commonplace car, but it's not great for an $80,000 luxury SUV. I mean, we're hearing some wind noise.
Right.
Some road noise, some of the other cars around.
Yeah, that's true. What was that? Was that a Mercury?
Mercury, yeah, Sable.
We could hear that guy come.
Yeah, that's a guy. It's kind of neat.
Looks really clean.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Let's see. Hold on, I'm going to read some comments here.
Yeah, go for it.
Pranav Kadam, this is real time. We are live. We are reading comments. That's what my job is here, reading comments. And I'm reading them to Charlie, and we're talking about what you guys want to know.
Yeah.
Yep. So real time, live. We do these every week. What day is today? Thursday? It's Friday.
Today's Friday. Typically we do Tuesdays, but I was out of town on Tuesday, and
right.
We'll actually be out of town next Tuesday also, but maybe we'll do a live event down there. We'll see.
Yeah, on Tuesday. That'd be cool. Yeah. So, yep, this is real time, and I'm gonna butcher this name. I'm so sorry.
We can just give people fun names.
Yeah. Gortham.
Okay.
And Anantham.
Okay.
I'm sorry, man. I tried. But anyways, it was a sweet comment. He says, I love your videos on audio quality. And he wants to know if you can split the video up by each type of song, but you do pretty much, I think, do that, right?
Well, what the commenter means is like you can put the little chapters in the videos, and I could go through and say, okay, at 2 minutes and 43 seconds, this song starts. And I have considered doing that. I did that for the first few sound tests. Part of it's a mixture of me being lazy and me just being busy.
Don't admit that.
It just takes I do a lot of videos. I mean, I do a video per day, and I'm also not only shooting for Daily Motor, I also shoot for Winding Road. So, if it's one of those things that I think it would be nice to have, but also it would it just take more time. So if lots of people would find that useful, then maybe I'll start doing that. So yeah. It's just one of those things that's hard to see like an official return on investment for that.
Yeah. Well, it looks like you're shifting here.
Yeah, I'm just trying out some manual shifting, see how quickly it reacts. It's actually not too bad.
Oh.
I kind of like the solidness of the shifter. It's kind of cool. No paddle shifters, thank goodness. If a car like this had paddle shifters, that'd be sad. There's no reason for it. You're not spiritedly driving your Infiniti QX80. You buy a Miata, dude. Yeah, and the steering is shaky and too quick.
Shaky. Yeah.
The steering ratio is just too fast. A little bit of input is giving us a lot of turn, and that's like something you want in a sporty car, not in a big SUV.
Right. Oh, I am forgiven for
the name.
The name. Thank you.
So, Liz, what are your thoughts on passenger seat comfort?
It's pretty decent, honestly. I really like these seats. Actually, have some decent lumbar support.
Even though you can't raise the lumbar up or down, it's just single weight.
No. For my height and where it's at, it's very comfortable.
Okay.
I really do like that. So, I'm very comfortable where I'm sitting. I like the leather quality. Yeah, this is kind of awkward of me talking about it without being able to see me. I like the quality of the leather. It's very nice. It feels very durable. Really, I love the color. It's a comfortable seat. There's no weird heights or angles with the armrest. I mean, this could be a little bit taller because my arm bumps into this sidebar right here. I don't know if you can see that. Charlie's trying to drive on the highway here. I'll take it back. My arm kind of bumps into this if I try to rest, so I have to lean my whole body over on this side, or I can lean. But I'm a smaller person, so I have very specific preferences, I guess, for being in a passenger seat. So somebody else is going to have different opinions, of course. But overall, I'm very comfortable. I could sit here for an 8-hour car ride, for a 30-minute go get pizza kind of car ride. It would be very nice. It would be fine.
8 hours, huh?
Well,
you're signing yourself up.
We are going to go down to North Carolina in a couple of days here, so.
Right. We'll be on a plane, though.
Thank God. I would rather fly than, Charlie is the trip kind of guy of just taking cars. I'm trying to think of road trip. I couldn't even think of that. He's more of a road tripper. I'm more of a, please, let's take a plane.
That person there asking for money was just on her phone.
Okay.
Okay. Comments?
Okay, great. Okay, so Moran says, actually, the real world fuel economy tests are great because it helped 2 of my friends when buying their Miatas.
Hey!
Perfect.
Nice. The
Okay,
Miata
good.
did do really well on the highway fuel economy test, so that's good to know.
That is nice, yep.
Well, maybe I'll do one of those tomorrow or something on this car.
Yeah. Tim Robinson says, I drove a rental Pathfinder and it had truly awful steering. Does this have the same thing?
Yeah. It's too light. It's too vague. I like light steering in general, but it has to still have an appropriate steering ratio, steering quickness for the size of vehicle. Something large like this and top heavy, I don't want it to be a very quick steering. It can be light, but it shouldn't be that quick. And it should also be variable, so it's light around slow speeds, parking lots, that sort of thing. But then when you get up on the highway, you're doing 70 miles per hour, you want a little bit of extra resistance to feel like your every little cough is not going to send the vehicle off into the ditch.
Right, exactly, yep. And would there be a car out there that has this, that's
Variable
able
steering.
is that what that's called?
Yeah, tons of new cars. I mean,
Okay.
with electric power steering, they can tell, okay, if you're going slow, steering should be easier. If you're going heavy, it should be tougher.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it's not rocket science. So when manufacturers don't do it, it's pretty sad.
Okay.
And it does kind of have big off-road truck style suspension. I mean, since this is a body-on-frame vehicle, you feel all the little bumps, but also the big bumps don't they don't rock you. Like, you're not like, although we did go over a pretty big pavement undulation, and that sort of shook the whole vehicle in a weird way.
That was those train tracks, or at least
we went over like a train track crest, and the whole thing kind of shuddered around.
Yeah, it shuddered and it shook, and then it bounced all over, and it was like, whoa.
It feels like you're driving one of those, like a Chevy Tahoe, but you're in an Infiniti. So kind of. I don't know, this is kind of like the Cadillac Escalade of Japanese vehicles. It's like, it's a cool, flashy car that's not actually very good.
Aww.
And I don't mean the brand new Escalade, I haven't driven that one, so reserving my judgment on the new one, but at least up to 2020. So we're going to live drive for about another 10-15 minutes or so. I'm going to find a good parking lot, and Alissa and I will do another walk around on the vehicle. And then we'll wrap things up. So any last questions you have on this car or anything we've driven recently? Like I said, I drove the new Hyundai Elantras. I drove everything from the hybrid, the standard one, the N-Line, and the N. Sonata N-Line with 290 horse, 2.5 liter turbo, and a really, really good 8-speed dual clutch transmission. I was very impressed with what Hyundai did with their new 8-speed dual clutch. What else? And we're driving some big horsepower FCA products next week.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. We have another comment I'm going to pre-read.
Okay.
Ah, cool. This is a neat question. Okay.
Okay.
Pranav Kadam wants to know, so how do you actually get the cars that you review? Do you just ask for a test drive from a dealership or rent the cars, or the manufacturer sends the car to you for reviews? He's curious.
It's the third one. The manufacturers send me the cars. I actually work with the Topher. Some of you are probably familiar with his channel. If not, check it out. He and I work together, and I sort of tell the OEMs, like, hey, we want to review this sort of car, and then Chris gets one of them up at the Topher, I get one of them, and we each review them for a few days, and then we flip-flop, and then we switch and review the other ones, and then they both go back at the end of the week, and we get 2 new ones. So, yeah, I've got great relationships with the OEMs, with the manufacturers, and great people who work there, and work it out.
Cool.
Yeah, very lucky in that regard.
What does OEM stand for?
Original Equipment Manufacturer. I don't know why that's like the term.
Equipment.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I'm not going to knock it because they're the reason why you have this job. So
right.
Thank you guys for doing that.
Yeah.
None of you are watching.
Yep. Yeah, and it's interesting. Some companies have great PR departments for this sort of thing. Some of them are kind of trash. Hyundai's is really good. Toyota's is really good. FCA's in the middle. And Ford's is not very great at all. So.
Unfortunate.
Yeah. It's starting to rain. That's unfortunate too.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, quickly compare this to the 2020 Navigator. That's the Lincoln one, right? That
Yeah.
we just had a couple weeks ago.
I would take a Navigator, 100%. I mean, mind you, the Navigator we were in was 20 grand more expensive than this, but it's also a larger vehicle, more horsepower, much newer amenities,
right.
more comfortable, more seat adjustments, better sound system.
It has a really neat towing feature that works really very well. We've got a video on, was that a 2020 or a 21?
2020.
Okay, so we have a video on a 2020 Navigator on the channel that you towed with it.
Yep.
There's a video about that. Did you do a sound system and a fuel economy test as well?
I think I did do a fuel economy test on it.
Yeah. So
I did the whole gamut.
There's a decent handful of videos on that on the channel already. So
yeah, but comparing it to this, I mean, the only thing I think the Infiniti has on the Lincoln is I'd argue the build quality feels a little bit more on this. I mean, everything is very chunky and in a solid, satisfying way. I mean, everything feels good. It feels strong, nice. The doors, they're like very solid. Big thunks. Everything here feels like you could drive it for 20 years and last fine. The Lincoln,
oh really?
Maybe not quite so much. I mean, it felt very luxurious, but things like the volume knob and the shifter in the Lincoln, I mean, it didn't inspire the same degree of quality as this does. But in terms of what you're getting for your money as a first car new buyer, I mean, the Lincoln's Lincoln's much better, and the Lincoln Aviator's better than this too.
Cool.
Yep.
Wow. Moran says, quick fact, the Infiniti QX80 is practically a Mercedes GLA.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. Another fun fact, they stopped making it.
Huh.
Yeah, they made it for like 4 model years or something, and then it's done.
Huh.
But yeah, that was just that was another example of bad sharing. It was just Infiniti, Mercedes GL. Was it a GLA? I thought it was a GL. No, I guess that would be a GLA. Yeah.
I mean, he is a tech guy now, so.
I liked that Infiniti QX80. I thought it was neat, but whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Harsha
Yeah.
says, can't I just get a Nissan Armada and save a lot?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. if you like this vehicle, you might as well just get a Nissan. You can get all the same features. It might not be quite as cool and quite as nice, and the materials might not be quite that nth degree of, but you're not getting the nicest car anyway with this, so yeah, you might as well just get yourself a Nissan Armada. Save some coin. Or just buy one used. I mean, a 5-year-old QX80 is going to be practically the same as this.
Right.
So, yeah, and it's going to hold up fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, get one that's just been leased for any year.
Leased and maintained properly.
Yeah.
One good thing I will say about Infiniti is their dealers are really good. They're, when I had a 2006 Kia M35 that I did not buy from the dealership, with 200,000 miles on it, they would still give me a free loaner car, brand new loaner vehicle, when I came in just to get an oil change. So I'd go to the dealer, get like an oil change and inspection. They'd give me a brand new like Infiniti, whatever they would give me at the time, the QX50, I think, QX60, and yeah, just drive it around, and it was nice. They treated me really well, even though I paid like $4,000 for my car.
Wow.
Yep. And they're reasonably priced compared to Audi dealers.
Harsha wants to know if the car has transmission issues since it's associated with Nissan.
It really doesn't seem too bad. No, driving it around, I know Moran asked about the transmission earlier. It seems pretty solid for what it is. I mean, it's not the most like quick shifting transmission, but everything seemed pretty competent. I didn't have any weird shifts around any of my driving so far.
Cool.
So yeah.
Nice. And Andre Motters wants to know if we play any games. Or I guess you play any games.
Well, we both play games.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Alissa and I are actually both pretty avid gamers. We like, we've been playing a lot of Counter-Strike recently.
Yeah.
A little throwback, just kind of between each other and stuff. What else? You like the whole Elder Scrolls lineup?
Yes.
Big Elder Scrolls fan.
I'm big on fantasy games.
Yeah. You like The Sims?
Yeah.
I've been playing a lot of NCAA football lately, just because it's that time of year. And
the season's kind of crappy right now, anyways. So
right, so I might as well just have that fantasy.
And our alma mater didn't really win anything, so.
Yeah, Michigan football has been playing like garbage. What else? I like. I play Rocket League, Counter-Strike, Grand Theft Auto, of course.
Right.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's what we do.
Yeah.
360 camera is a little small in the Infiniti, but it does work decently well. It's got your various camera modes. Good for parking, getting in the lines, all that good stuff. And it does have parking beepers as well, so that's nice. Down here, you've got your phone connections. The screen's decently responsive. Like I said earlier, it's just not very intuitive. Just kind of a few ways to go about things. It's not the worst, but it's also not the best. All right, should we go out and take another look around?
I think we should.
Cool.
See if I can get my coat off.
Yeah. Oh, another thing that I do not care for. This is your little extender. The whole thing doesn't pull out. I think that's pretty embarrassing. And this is kind of weird too. Let's see if you agree with me. Feel the little edge on your doesn't that feel really cheap? And like that lip thing?
That is quite interesting. It's like they just pinched off this material instead of stitching it or something.
Yeah.
And then heated it and then cut the edge off.
Yeah, it feels like a rental car. Like it's like a sharp edge.
Yeah.
Not very inspiring.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
It's grippy for that.
I guess,
yeah,
but
it's grippy, but I mean, you don't really need this to be grippy as it is anyways. So
right.
that is interesting.
A lot of weird choices here. QX80. Take a quick look under the hood. I do like the looks of it. I think it looks cool. It's a little gaudy, but also kind of neat. Let's see if I can one-hand the hood. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
Big ol' V8. Pretty standard fare. Looks like it'd be fairly okay to work on in there. You'd have to get a ladder, but other than that.
You'd have to get a ladder.
Yeah.
You would, actually, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, any last things you guys want to mention on the QX?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I'm wondering what Moran means. Armada in U.S.
Mm-hmm.
Petrol in foreign.
That's what it is. He's saying the Nissan Patrol is what it's called.
Petrol.
In other markets, it's Nissan Armada here.
We've been watching Top Gear, and they always talk about their petrol. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Jonathan G wants to know, how is the 2021 Supra 3.0 road noise and ride quality? I have a 40-mile commute to Ann Arbor via I-94.
Well, that's funny because we actually do have a Supra right now. It's up at Chris's house.
Yeah,
We have the 3-liter premium again. Road noise is pretty decent. Yeah, road noise and ride quality. You'd have no problem if you're fine with owning and having your daily driver be a 2-seater. Yeah, Supra would be fine for that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. How is that commute on 94? That's gonna be rough, man.
Yeah, hit us up in hit us up at on Instagram at The Daily Motor, or email admin@thedailymotor.com, and we'll come give you a test drive. we're right out in the same neck of the woods.
Yeah, we're in Ann Arbor, Ipsy area. So
Yeah.
perfect.
Yep.
And he also currently drives a 2019 GT350 and is tramlining. And the tramlining is getting old.
You remember that, how it would just yank all of a sudden and go like...
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first time it happened, I was like, is that what that is? That's super, like, dangerous.
You could throw a different set of tires on the GT350 that might help with the tramlining a little bit, but most of it is just the alignment of that car. Yeah, the Supra, it'd be a lot less fun, I think, than the GT350, but it'd be a better commuter, probably. You're right.
Overall, probably that ride quality might be a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah, than the Mustang. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. We'll have to do a walk around because Halal Safe says, is it really that large? Is it that huge?
Yeah, it's
large.
It made my minivan look small in the driveway.
Yeah, you've got a Town & Country 2006 minivan.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 5'1". I'm not that tall, but already I'm very dwarfed.
Yeah, I mean the wheels themselves go up to like the top of like your hips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like right here.
Yep.
Yep. And then look at this. The top of it. It's a large vehicle. It's a large SUV.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, it's kind of far for the wide angle camera to zoom in, but there's a utility van over there, and it's like the same size as this. Yeah. Not only is it large, but it just makes itself look larger with its design and angles and stuff.
Heels, so this isn't even my true form. And Moran calls the QX80 a baby whale.
I like that. It does kind of look like a beluga whale.
Oh look, yeah, come over here and look at the beluga-ish, like, backside of this.
Yeah, the way it sort of juts out and everything.
That's so funny.
Yeah, that's clever.
Smart.
Yeah. We haven't had Yas in the comments, have we?
I don't know. Maybe he's busy today.
Yeah,
okay.
we haven't live streamed this early, so I know we've got a little bit of a different crowd.
Right.
Yep.
He's at work right now.
Yeah. So are we.
Yeah.
More or less. Alyssa's got real work to do after this.
I do.
Yep. Well, thank you all so much for tuning in. We're going to get back into the warmth because I wasn't smart and didn't wear a jacket.
Or hat or gloves.
Yes. Alyssa came prepared, however.
Yeah.
And thanks all for checking out the interesting here in 2021 Infiniti QX80. We'll have a full set of reviews for this car. We're going to do the sound system test on its 13-speaker Bose. We're going to do a full review, Daily Motor video, winding road videos, and probably a fuel test as well. Next week, we've got the new Subaru Crosstrek coming with its bigger engine, and Volvo XC60 T8, which is a pretty appealing car to me. I think the XC60 is really good, and the T8 powertrain just makes it pretty neat. And I think that's going to wrap it up for us. So thank you all so much for watching and hanging out with us in the comments. And we'll be back sometime next week, possibly Tuesday, but if not, for sure later on in the week, maybe Friday again. So we'll do one last little walk around and call it a day. Oh, and as always,